The UK offers Bitcoin fraud victims compensation, but keeps most of $7.2 billion haul. China, UK. UK proposes compensation scheme for Chinese investment fraud victims while seeking to retain majority of £5 billion, $7.2 billion. Bitcoin seized in 2018 from 61,000 BTC now worth $6.7 billion as 130,000 victims contest government benefit. Crypto journalist. Anas Hassan. Crypto journalist. Anas Hassan. About author. Anas is a crypto-native journalist and SEO writer with over 5 years of writing experience covering blockchain, crypto, DeFi, and emerging tech. Author profile. Share. Copied. Last updated 10 hours ago. The UK government has proposed a compensation scheme for victims of a Chinese investment fraud while seeking to retain the majority of a £5 billion, $7.2 billion, Bitcoin fortune seized from the perpetrators. The announcement came during a High Court hearing in London on Wednesday, where the Director of Public Prosecutions informed victims' lawyers about the possibility of establishing such a scheme, though specific details remain undisclosed. At the center of the dispute are 61,000 Bitcoin, worth $6.7 billion, seized by police in 2018 from devices found at a mansion in Hampstead, North London, now representing one of the largest cryptocurrency seizures in UK history. The case has pitted British authorities against approximately 130,000 Chinese investors who lost money in the fraud and contend the UK state should not benefit from their losses. The fraud and seizure. Jimin Qian, 47, also known as Yadi Zhang, masterminded an investment fraud in China between 2014 and 2017 that defrauded victims of 43 billion yuan, $6 billion. She fled China after converting much of the investors' cash into Bitcoin and settled in the UK under a false identity. Qian and her Malaysian associate Song Hak Ling, 47, pleaded guilty to money laundering charges last month at Southwark Crown Court in London. Both are scheduled for sentencing in November. Bitcoin's value has surged dramatically since the 2018 seizure, climbing from approximately $1.8 billion at the time to its current valuation of roughly $7.2 billion. UK authorities recently obtained access to additional cryptocurrency assets worth about £67 million after Qian disclosed access codes and passwords for a ledger and 2 cryptocurrency wallets. The ledger had been found in a purpose-made concealed pocket within a pair of jogging bottoms which Zhang was wearing at the time of her arrest, according to written submissions by Martin Evans KC, counsel for the Crown Prosecution Service. Compensation proposal and victim response. Evans told the court that the proposed compensation scheme would provide adequate protection for victims. The CPS stated it had maintained throughout legal proceedings that it intended to seek a civil recovery order to compensate victims for their lost investment, insofar as they have not otherwise been compensated. The agency said it would consider how all victims could be compensated, not just those participating in the UK legal proceedings. William Glover, director at law firm Fieldfisher representing a group of victims, said in a statement following the hearing that the DPP has effectively accepted responsibility to create a form of compensation scheme for those who may be unable to seek redress through the existing statutory provisions. However, lawyers for the victims face serious challenges in proving direct links between their clients' investments and the confiscated coins. Jack Ding, assistant managing partner at Duan & Duan, which represents around 10,000 victims, noted that some materials lack sufficient information to establish a clear connection. Legal experts warn that victims are unlikely to recover Bitcoin's appreciated value, as courts typically focus on returning principal amounts and reasonable interest rather than speculative gains. Treasury implications and market concerns. The Bitcoin spoils have drawn attention from UK Treasury officials, with some privately questioning whether the assets could help Chancellor Rachel Reeves address the country's fiscal gap estimated at up to £30 billion by 2029. However, other government officials have cautioned that the haul is likely subject to protracted legal battles extending potentially into 2027. The Treasury has been advised it cannot include the seized assets in its fiscal calculations, as the Office for Budget Responsibility does not account for asset seizures in its forecasts. Meanwhile, authorities face the practical challenge of liquidating such a large Bitcoin position without triggering major market disruption. The case has sparked debate about cryptocurrency regulation and enforcement in cross-border fraud cases, with implications for how governments handle seized digital assets. A civil recovery case filed in September 2024 will determine the final distribution of assets, with proceedings scheduled to continue through January 2026. The outcome is expected to establish precedents for international cooperation in cryptocurrency-related financial crime cases and may influence how other jurisdictions approach similar seizures. The coordination difficulties are compounded by the fact that many victims have limited experience with digital finance, making documentation and claim verification particularly challenging. Follow us on Google News. Trending news. Recommended popular crypto topics. Price predictions. XRP price prediction. SEC filings hint at imminent ETF launch. Is this XRP's moment to hit $1,000? XRP price prediction. Ripple's Swell 2025 event could change everything. 3-week countdown begins now. New ChatGPT predicts the price of XRP, Dogecoin, Pepe by the end of 2025. XRP price prediction. $63 million whale dump hits Binance. But smart money is already buying the dip. Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech tomorrow could trigger a crypto market crash. Here's what to expect. Bitcoin news. Why is crypto down today? October 14, 2025. 1 day ago. By Seed Fadil Pazik. Price analysis. Bitcoin price prediction. Big buyers are back after the crash. Explosive rally is starting now. 1 day ago. By Arslan Butt. Bitcoin news. Trump insider whale who made $160 million from BTC crash is building massive shorts again. Another meltdown ahead? 2 days ago. By Shalini Nagarajan. Best crypto to buy now in October 2025. Top crypto to invest in. October 1, 2025. By Alan Draper. New cryptocurrencies to invest in today. Top new crypto coins. 2 days ago. By Inesis Tavares. 14 best crypto presales to invest in 2025. Presale crypto list. 15 hours ago. By Alan Draper. 15 new and upcoming Coinbase listings in October 2025. 5 days ago. By Elijah Rankovich. 13 new and upcoming Binance listings in 2025. 1 day ago. By Elijah Rankovich. The next crypto to explode in 2025. Our top picks. 1 day ago. By Elijah Rankovich. Bitcoin, BTC, price prediction 2025 to 2030. 1 hour ago. By Leon Waters. XRP, price prediction 2025, 2026 to 2030. August 29, 2025. By Eric Huffman. Ethereum price prediction 2025 to 2030. October 3, 2025. By Ben Beto.